During the initial outbreak of the rage virus, Alice, her husband Don, and 4 more survivors hide in a cottage on the outskirts of London. They hear a terrified boy pounding at their door and let him in. Minutes later, infected people who have followed the boy break in. Don pleads with Alice to leave the boy, but she refuses, so he escapes on a boat alone, leaving the others to die. After the infected die of starvation, NATO forces take control of Great Britain and begin rebuilding. 28 weeks after the outbreak, the U.S. military, under the command of Brigadier General Stone, brings in settlers and refugees. Among the new arrivals are Don and Alice's children, Tammy and Andy, who were out of the country during the outbreak. They are admitted to District 1, a heavily guarded safe zone on the Isle of Dogs, where they are reunited with their father, who lies about the circumstances of their mother's presumed death. Sergeant Doyle, a Delta Force sniper, is among the soldiers guarding District 1. Tammy and Andy sneak out of the safe zone and return to their former home, hoping to recover a photograph of Alice among other belongings. Inside, they discover Alice alive in a delirious state, just as soldiers alerted by Doyle reach them and return them to District 1. Alice is quarantined and tested by Scarlett, a U.S. Army medical officer, and found to be an asymptomatic carrier of the rage virus. Don makes an unauthorized visit to Alice, begging her to forgive him. After kissing Alice, Don gets immediately infected by her saliva and brutally kills her before going on a rampage. Scarlett rescues Tammy and Andy from an isolation room, theorizing that they might have inherited a genetic immunity to the virus that could lead to a cure. Don has instigated a domino effect of rapid infections, killing numerous refugees and military personnel. Unable to contain the chaos, Stone orders everyone to be shot indiscriminately. Doyle refuses to comply and leaves his post to assist a small group of fleeing survivors. A panicked Delta Force sniper kills 2 of the group, but Doyle returns fire and kills him, leaving himself, Scarlett, Tammy, Andy, and another survivor, Sam. The group reaches the edge of District 1 as the Air Force firebombs the whole zone. Don survives and follows them into abandoned London. A horde of infected who survived the bombings overruns Stone's bunker. Doyle's colleague Flynn flies his helicopter to Regent's Park to rescue Doyle, but tells him to abandon the others. As a crowd of infected people discovers the 5 escapees, a desperate Sam latches onto the flying helicopter, but is infected when Flynn uses his rotor blades to kill the crowd. Flynn instructs Doyle to meet at Wembley Stadium alone, but Doyle keeps the trio with him. They break into an abandoned Volvo 570 to escape nerve gas that has been released to kill the infected, but are unable to start the car. As soldiers with flamethrowers draw near, Doyle exits the car to push start it and is burned alive. Scarlett and the children take shelter from aerial gunfire in the London Underground, navigating the darkness with a night vision rifle scope. Don ambushes them, killing Scarlett and biting Andy. Tammy is forced to kill Don. Andy becomes an asymptomatic carrier, like Alice. Vowing to stick together, Tammy and Andy reach Flynn at Wembley Stadium, who reluctantly flies them to France. 28 days later, a French voice requesting help is heard through the radio in Flynn's abandoned helicopter. A group of infected people emerges from a Paris metro station near the foot of the Eiffel Tower, revealing that the virus has spread to mainland Europe.